Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. Let's find out what we have today in the economic calendar. Reserve Bank of Australia has made the interest rate decision overnight, and in line with the expectations, the RBA decided to hold the interest rate at the level of 4.35%. During the London session, we got the German current conditions and economic sentiment data scheduled for release at 11 o'clock, and at the same time we got one of the major events of the London session, CPI data from the Eurozone. Eurozone economic sentiment is scheduled for release at 11 o'clock as well, so 11 o'clock today, plenty of the important data scheduled for release. Please stay focused. Another interesting data during the New York session are scheduled for release at 2:30, and those data are in form of the core retail sales and the retail sales data from the USA. Industrial production from the USA is scheduled for release at 3:15, and then we have the ECB, the Guindos, to give a speech, and at 4 o'clock we got the business inventories and retail inventories excluding autos from the US, together with the global daily trade price index from the New Zealand. Atlanta GDP now is scheduled for release at 7 p.m. together with the 20-year bond auction, and at the end of the day we got the net long-term transactions from the US and the API weekly crude oil stock data. So pretty intense trading sessions, both London and New York ahead of us. So let's just take a look at the first market, and we are going to start with the euro dollar. Euro-dollar 30-minute chart, as you can see, has bounced from the level of 1.0669 towards the trend line, and now it's in a very narrow zone just ahead of the German the economic sentiment data release. Let's switch to the 4-hour chart. We can see that from the lows of 1.0669 there are some kind of a pin bars here. Let me just zoom into so you can see it. Yeah, we got the pin bars here just ahead of the technical support located at 1.0651. Then we got the movement towards the of course the trend line. If you don't know what kind of a trend line we are talking about, just take a look at this chart and you will see here the very nice trend line that was violated. Now it's being tested, and if the data will support the euro, the market should break above this this level here and make the new high above 1.0742, and the price should be back above the trend line. However, if this data will not be as good as expected, this might trigger continuation to the downside, so the market will basically reverse lower and continue down towards 1.0651 or even 1.0601. Momentum is negative, and the bears are in charge of the market right now. However, the bulls are trying to test the neutral level of 50. However, so far no avail on the euro dollar. So let's just wait for the data. Maybe there will be some kind of an interesting trigger. Let's find out what's going on the Australian dollar after the data release in form of the interest rate decision. So as you can see, it was almost non-event situation, because this market is still located in between the important important levels. 6,571 is the technical support. Another technical support eventually is located at 6,561 and 79. Yeah, so this is the first zone here on this market. Another, of course, zone is located close to the swing high, 6,717, and eventually we can label this high here, 6,707 pips. So this is how the range looks like, and the market keeps moving up and down, up and down, up and down. So there is no valid breakout in either direction. And the recent event of the interest rate decision was apparently a non-event kind of a data risk, because it was in line with the expectations, so market didn't move that much whatsoever. So the Australian dollar stays in the consolidation, stays in the range zone. We are waiting for the decisive breakout out of the range. The other market we would like to take a look at is the crude oil, because the crude oil, if we switch to the daily time frame chart just as we did, is going to rebound strongly from the extremely oversold market conditions. Now we are above the level of 50, narrowing the level of 60 points on the RSI. So the first thing we would like to spot on this chart is that, let me just figure it out. There you go. This breakout here. This breakout above the blue trend line, it looks very impulsive, it looks very solid, and yesterday's candle to the upside looks really good for bulls. Now there is definitely some sort of the key technical resistance here, 80.80. And as you can see, this level has been tested many times from the upside, from the downside, and we hit the level of 80.66 just yesterday. Market is ready to test it again. However, if we break it above this level, it looks like the next target for bulls might be located somewhere roughly around 84.55. So there's a nice advance to be made from the extremely oversold conditions back up above the level of 80 if the bulls will succeed. So that was the crude oil, and last but not least, the Bitcoin. We are talking about the Bitcoin because if we switch back to the 4-hour chart, we can see that there is a battle. There's a battle above the 64,986. This is the yesterday low, and this level was pierced lower just like a 4-hour ago. So the new low was made at 64,522. However, there's a big lower shadow made on the 4-hour chart, which means that there is some sort of the dips buying activity made on the Bitcoin just recently. So now what we should do is to wait for this market to move again above the blue trend line, and at least test the blue trend line soon. Momentum is still negative. Is still somewhere around the level of 40 points only. So it's not that that sure the market will just reverse and go straight back up. We might see some sort of the consolidation, so upward and downward movement here on the Bitcoin. However, it looks like the bulls are trying to do something with the current market conditions, and they are trying to stop the bearish pressure and regain the momentum to the upside. So let's see what will happen soon on the Bitcoin. Please notice the fact that there is important technical support here. 65,539. So far the price keeps bouncing up and down from this level. It even made some kind of a new local lows. However, there is no confirmation of the new lows, and we are still waiting for the decisive breakout, massive sell-off to the downside or reversal, and the attempt to break the blue trend line. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.